Some job, huh?
I have to.
Coach, of course, this is one of the last training sessions before you head to the Sekafa Four Nations tournament. How analyze your squad so far?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, listen, it's been a good camp. Yesterday was a very tough day for me because I had to do something that I hate doing, and that's to disappoint players because you have to trim the squad down. So I had to let some players that I thought trained really well, worked well, but unfortunately, there's you have a number that you have to reach, and the squad has to be that number. And unfortunately, I had to disappoint some players, but so it's never a nice thing, So I had to be the bad cop yesterday. But I wish the players well, and I hope they continue to work as well as they did to get themselves in this situation to be part of the national team. But now it's just to go back to the clubs and work even harder to get themselves back to here because they have the quality. So other than the bad news yesterday, everything was good. The players they looked really fit and healthy, and even though after a long season and they had 1 week break, but they came back with good physical abilities, and and you see, slowly but surely, I think we're getting to our goal. And by the time Chan comes, I think the squad will be ready, and they'll be fighting to make Kenyans proud of them for representing them in the Chan. And that's basically it.
Of course, there are some players that weren't part of your original squad that were added, likes of Marvin Abuire, the likes of Bano Mondi. What was the thinking behind opting to call them up later?
Yeah, because obviously when you see players' quality, like I said, you have a number of matches that you watch, and you make a decision on players. And then when we had the opportunity yesterday to play a friendly match against a combination of players playing in the league and players coming from outside, international players, there was a few players who really impressed, and I felt that their qualities could probably be better used in the squad, even though you haven't integrated them earlier. But like I said, it's never too late if players impress when they play against you, and you feel that that they could be a better option than what you already have. Then you make that decision, because at the end of the day, it's only going to benefit the national team. It's only going to benefit Kenya. So when we have the best players at our disposal for the national team, what better way to do that? And and I just felt myself and the technical team that these were players that we can integrate and put in the squad to help us on our goals and to when Chan begins.
Coach, should we expect more changes before the Chan competitions?
We open doors. Like I said, the squad has to be finalized by the 23rd of July. So we have a couple more days to work on our craft and see who's where, and anything might happen. Physically, players might break down and you have an injury or two, and then you need to bring in other players. But I hope not. I hope that the team stays healthy, fit and healthy, and then there's no such thing. But it's a really good group. But if there is top players available and coming through, then we would be open about integrating them with the team and seeing if they can add more quality. We've already lost Emmanuel Osoro, who was a very key figure to the team, but he signed a contract with the foreign club. So which the rules of CAF means that he's not eligible to play in the Chan, which is a shame to us because he's a player that did exceptionally well. And when we were out in Morocco, he was one of the outstanding performers, and then you get to lose a player just before the chance starts. So yeah, and also Shuma, also another player that we also lost that was also with the squad and that was in my provisional squad as well. So when you lose two quality players of that stature weeks before the CHAN, it's difficult. So you come in with an open mind that, okay, when there is good players out there that performs and impress, then and they can help the team in the CHAN, then we are open to including.
Coach, there are a few players who you are getting maybe the first opportunity to work with who impressed in the league, like Matthias Isogol and Edward Omondi. Maybe how impressive have you been with them so far? That is my first and the last one. Bajaber is seemingly training alone. Maybe what's the reason behind that?
Listen, I've been impressed by every player. There's no, I'm a very open coach. I have a relationship with everybody. There's no special treatments for anyone. I treat everyone the same. If they work hard, they bring what I expect them to bring to the team. Then we have a good relationship, you know. So, but yeah, everyone has impressed me a lot. But unfortunately, you have to make a very difficult decision into letting players go because you have a criteria and a number of players that you have to have in the squad, and unfortunately you can't keep everyone. So I had to disappoint some players, but yeah, I've been very impressed by most players in the training sessions. And these are players for the future. You know, they will always now be part and parcel of the national team for in future, whether it's maybe not now in CHAN, but World Cup qualifiers that's coming up, and that they might be included there if they continue to work hard and good. And obviously, Bajaba got injured before we went to Morocco when we went international friendlies, so he came back, but he has he's trained, but my decision is he's a good player. He's a young player that broke through the system and quickly developed himself into a powerhouse. You know, he's a player that's not going to play in the Kenyan league for a long time, because international clubs are already looking at him, and that's largely to his bravery and his tenacity that he has as a player, because he wants better for himself, so he's improved. So yes, if you have those kind of players, you give them every opportunity to be available for the squad, because you can't afford to lose players like that. So it would be silly of me to let him train every day and before chance starts, and then you lose the player through small niggles and that. So we give him every possibility. So he has a strict program with the fitness coach and the physio that he works on. He starts with a team, but then the minute the training gets more intense and physical and people start kicking each other, then you just take him out, so you safeguard him. By the time we get closer to CHAN, you have one of your best players available and ready to play for you, so for the country, and that's what we need. So that's why I'm managing him in a different way, that we want him ready for CHAN. So that is the reason why he's not doing full training sessions with the team yet.
Coach, two questions here. First of all, one of the strikers, Ryan Ogam, before the just concluded season, he was a CDM, and he was managed to be converted into a striker. What do you think about his attributes? What exactly are you trying to work on to improve him? And then secondly, young prodigy Aldrin Kibet has been signed by Celta Vigo, a team that you quite well know. Did you have any hand in it? And what have you spoken regarding that move, and what should he expect when he's in Spain?
Ryan, first of all, I think Ryan was unfortunate with the injury that he picked up, but I remember Ryan from when I took the national team job. So I had my first training camp, and Ryan was in there, and I thought he was a very talented player, great ability, quick, very sharp, intelligent, and he knows where the goals were. He was scoring goals, even though he had little difficulties with the injury, but he still tried to train And for me, that goes a long way. You reward players like that when you are injured, but you still try to be part and parcel of the team. And he gave me a big effort, but the qualities were there. So it was only a matter of time. If he's fit and he's playing for his team, I will always call a player up like that because I know what he can bring and what he has. And obviously, like I said, he's now been converted to a striker, which is right up my street because that was the position I used to play. So I just had a word with him that we will work a little bit more just on basics because he's very explosive, but he's very left-footed. So I just told him a bit like that we need to work also on his right foot because to make him a little bit more unpredictable. So yeah, so I'll have a lot of time for the strikers and for Ryan in particular because I think he can be a really probably the next Michael Olunga, replacement one day. So he's a player that you have to really mold and give the right guidance to make him into a super player. And he also have a lot of ability to play in Europe. So Ryan is important to the team because he'll probably be leading the line for us when the chance starts. So we want to get him ready and full of scoring goals for us. So yeah, and Kibet, I've seen him numerous times. I met him also a few times with his parents. He was part of a Spanish academy, and he's been there. But I had no say or nothing to do with him signing for Celta Vigo. It's great because it's a nice town. It's a nice city. I lived there for 7 years. I have my daughters. I was married to a girl that was from Vigo. So my kids, I have kids that live in Spain. So it's a beautiful city, beautiful town, and the football club is excellent. And for a young player, you have a good pathway because Celta Vigo produce a lot of good young players that finds themselves playing in the first team. So he couldn't have gone to a better team. Like I said, I will follow his progress because I wanted to include him in the chance squad because he was only part of an academy, but unfortunately then he ended up signing for Celta Vigo, which is amazing. But the bit of advice I can give him, try and learn to speak Spanish as quick as possible because 99% in Vigo don't speak English. So he's going to struggle with the language barrier, but the people are really nice. So he needs to learn to speak Spanish ASAP, but he's in a perfect place.
Final two questions, please.
Coach, two quick questions from me. Let's look at the tournament now. Your quick assessment of Group A and the opponents you're going to face in Group A. And second, we've seen this tournament be a springboard for many young players to progress in their careers. Maybe you're rallying call to the younger players in your squad to use this tournament to get big moves, maybe it being a home tournament as well.
Yeah, no, listen, I think it's clear for everyone to see and to know that we are in the group of death. It's an impossible group to be in, but a fantastic challenge for us, to see how far we've come and where we're at as a nation, as a football nation in Kenya. So it will be a nice challenge. DRC Congo, they've won the Chan tournament twice in previous years. Morocco has won it twice also in previous years. And Angola has just won the COSAFA. So it's teams with big pedigree. And don't forget, Zambia has also been a massive name in African history, But along comes Kenya. But I think we've got everything in our part to succeed. The players are well prepared and they're ready for the challenge. And I think the fact that we play home and we'll have so many thousands of Kenyan supporters that will be behind the team and spur the team on. I think we're excited and we're ready for the challenge. And we want to be one of the surprises to come out of the tournament, even though we're the host. and being this tournament being a stepping stone, it's a life-changing experience. I myself, I didn't play in the Chan, but I played it at the under 20 level at the under 20 African Nations Cup, and fortunately for me, I was top goal scorer of the tournament and best player, and I ended up getting a move to Ajax Amsterdam because of a tournament like that, because you never know who's watching, so I hope these players, and I'm drilled into them every day, that this is the best opportunity that they're ever going to experience, that they're going to have. Then when you play well, you impress, you become a success story, and then European teams and top African teams, they will look at these tournaments to look for rough diamonds to take out, and that might be the perfect opportunity for a lot of them to get the dream moves to top clubs in the world. So yeah, the tournament couldn't have come at a better time for these players.
Coach, about Anthony Teddy Akona, do you intend to use him for Chan? And for Shuma, you said you never spoke to him about the move to Dynamo. What about the case for Soro? Have you tried to convince them not to sign now, to sign after Chan? Because there are two strikers that you are losing. And finally, what kind of a challenge does this tournament give to you as a coach and as a team?
When you're part of the Kenyan national team, you're part of the family. So I have an open door policy. Kenyan players, whether it's international players or if you're asked to come and train and keep fit and with a team, I would never close my door for any player. And Teddy asked if he could just keep fit and keep himself going, because he still has another transfer in him to join a club, so he wants to be in the best possible shape and ability to go when he finds a club. So yeah, so he asked if he could join and train with us to keep himself in good condition. So that was the reason behind Teddy training with us. He always does that when we're in camp. So and your second, Osoro. I'm a coach. I've got so many players to worry about. If a player in a club decides that it's for the player's best interest to join a international club and skip the Chan tournament, there's nothing me as a coach I can do. Because the player has a right to also look after his future and where he wants to end up and what he wants to achieve. So yeah, if they decide to come and play for the national team, then they are more than welcome. But yeah, I don't need to try and convince anybody. Like, they know to represent your country is such a huge honor. So I don't think anything else could come before that. But the player and their agents and their representatives, they have their own ways of dealing with that. Like I said, they were part of the squad, and unfortunately they got moves to foreign clubs. So yeah, so all I can say is I wish them all the very best, and and good luck in their new challenge wherever they're going. And we will continue to soldier on and do the best preparation that we can. So when Chan starts, and they will, what we do in Chan will probably let them achieve the decisions that they made. Was it right or not for them? But that's down to them, nothing for me. So yeah, we move on with the players that we have here, and that's it.
What exactly should we expect from you? What should Kenyans expect from you in terms of football? How should they expect Harambee Stars to play?
You'll find out on the first opening game here at Kasarani. Then you'll see, okay, we have a nice surprise. I think the players they're up for the challenge. I think the nerves, slowly but surely, it's slowly fading, and they're getting accustomed, they're getting used to what's expected from them and what's going to be expected when the curtains opens and we play our first match. But yeah, the team will be ready, and they will give the country something to cheer for and something to be proud of.
Final question, please keep it short.
What are your immediate objectives for this championship?
The immediate objective to win the tournament. That's what we hope. But it's not going to be as easy as that. But I just want the players to seize the moment. It's a great opportunity. It's a domestic tournament for young local players to showcase their talent and their ability, and it's there for the taking, you know. So I hope that come 2nd of August that the team will be ready, the team will be hungry to seize the moment, because winning such a major tournament in your first as a local opens the door for you to big and better things and in Europe. So that's what I'm hoping, that that we'll seize the moment, and not saying that we're going to win the tournament, but that is our intention, and that is our objective, and that is what we set out to do from the first game till hopefully when it comes to the final, that Kenya will be in the final, and that's what we're hoping to achieve.
Thank you,
Okay,
Coach.
guys.